let's come back home now. And look, we'll head to Abuja studio at this time to talk about the trade relationship between Nigeria and Vietnam. I know you've heard how Nigeria does have a whole lot to learn from Vietnam. Well, we have a relationship with them, but how well are we using it? We'll talk to the chairman of Nigeria-Vietnam Economic and Cultural Association, Ambassador Sanni Bako. Ambassador Bako, good afternoon and thank you for your time.
Yeah, good afternoon, Enichi.
So the thing is, when we talk about this relationship, chambers and, bilateral trade, mostly it does seem like what Nigeria has to offer is crude, and yet we import every other thing. So there's no balance of trade. What's the status of Nigeria's relationship with Vietnam?
Yeah, thank you very much, Enichi. You see, Nigeria established its diplomatic relationship with the Vietnamese in 1976. That is soon after the Vietnamese War. And that time the country was devastated. Actually, it was almost razed to the ground by the war. But, by now, 2004, if you go to Vietnam, you see a lot of tremendous, improvement, in the economy. And so what we are doing in Nigeria is, we want to see how, we can partner with the Vietnamese, how we can promote trades, economic and bilateral business relation with the Vietnamese. And essentially, it's not just to import and export commodities. We want to see a situation whereby the Vietnamese, that have excelled in so many areas, especially agriculture, fabrics, footwear. We want to see a situation whereby, the Vietnamese come to Nigeria, to migrate part of the production line, of their fabric industries to Nigeria so that we can produce in Nigeria. It will pay the Vietnamese, it will pay the Nigerians. Nigeria is uniquely positioned in Africa. It's centrally located. The Vietnamese can come and make it the country as a hub, to launch to other African countries. So when they come to Nigeria, we expect them to migrate part of the production line in the agricultural agro-allied, to produce these things in Nigeria. And that will see Nigeria having advanced food production. Even to meet domestic consumption and even to export, to make more money. And we feel that if the Vietnamese can come and engage in this agricultural policy in Nigeria, it will go a long way in rejigging the Nigerian economy, and then solving a lot of problems like, the problem of insecurity, because there will be more food, more job, more money, more and more people will be making more money. The same also applies to the advanced fabric industry. We have a cotton belt in Nigeria that you can come and use that and export fabrics, from Nigeria to Europe and America. They will make more money, and then Nigerians will also make money, more foreign exchange coming into the country, and then it will also go a long way in solving a lot of economic problems the Nigerians are facing today.
Yeah, but Ambassador, if it does look like Nigerians do not even express enough confidence in Nigerian products, how do we now attract, a foreigner, Vietnam in this case, to come into our country, believe in us, invest in us, and even if it's to export back to their country?
Yeah, actually it's like a win-win situation. The Vietnamese economy in Vietnam is a bit choked. So it needs a breather. It needs a breathing space, to come to another climb and another economic environment, to invest in such a way that they will make more money. And by making more money, the Nigerian economy also will be given a lifeline, and the two countries, will be in a position to have this win-win situation by developing confidence. The confidence we make that will make them develop more confidence in the Nigerian. The Nigerians will develop more confidence in the Nigerian economy.
But what about the issue of the environment, the insecurity? You talked about agriculture. We know that a major bane of agriculture in Nigeria is insecurity. Even doing business, there's the bureaucracy and non-transparency, inconsistency in policy from the government. Do we have what it takes to even attract these investors into the economy?
Yeah, you see, it's like a devil's alternative. You have to have investment from other climes, for you to take care of these other problems of insecurity, hunger, and all that. So unless we have this investment, it will be very difficult for us, to take care of these very, very serious issues of insecurity. So I think somewhere, some countries like Vietnam, they need to come in to help us. We know, of course, yes, there is problem of insecurity, but then if you look at some areas like Kano, the Vietnamese can come and put in their own production line, in Kano, produce and export from Kano. Already we have a kind of arrangement. They export a lot of cashew. Nigerians export a lot of cashew to Vietnam. And then we are looking at the possibility of Vietnamese coming to establish a cashew processing plant, so that they can now export this cashew, processed cashew, from Nigeria to any part of the world. And that, will go a long way in helping us, to also scale our economy, make more money, and then see how we can take care of these problems of insecurity. And that is the only way also we can gradually start to develop confidence in our own economy when more and more people are coming to inject money in it. That is the only way also we can take care of this problem of insecurity. Unless that is done, then it will be a little bit difficult. So some countries have to close their eyes, to come into the country and help us to grow this economy and take care of other problems.
Well, I hope we can convince them to close their eyes and come and help us, an independent country that we are. But I know you mentioned it, some of those areas of interest, perhaps some of our viewers are listening and feel they can do business with Vietnam in, what areas do you think they could focus on?
Yeah, mostly, fabrics. A lot of Nigerians now are in Vietnam, and some of them go from Nigeria, to Vietnam, to import fabrics. Vietnam is now almost the #1 producer of fabrics in the world. And a lot of Nigerians go there to import to Nigeria. They are also advanced, so much advanced in pharmaceuticals. A lot of Nigerians also go there to import pharmaceuticals, to Nigeria from Vietnam, footwear. In fact, I can see that now so many women are even making a lot of business in Vietnam, importing women hair. I even understand now that there are some Vietnamese that have come specifically, from Vietnam to Lagos to establish a processing plant for women hair. So there are these areas: agriculture, fabrics, footwear, electronics, pharmaceuticals, and so many other similar areas.
All right, Ambassador, thank you so much for that insight on possible areas of business for private sector with Vietnam. Ambassador Sani Bako is the chairman of Nigeria-Vietnam Economic and Cultural Association. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll head to the market. Stay with us here on Business Incorporated.